Hello, everyone, and welcome to an impromptu live stream on the Kino Corner. Today is my birthday, and, well, none of my friends are in town, so I'm hanging out with these losers on Discord.
What a fun way to spend your birthday, man.
That's a fucked up joke, dude.
Zick, shut the fuck up.
I did
You know-
not deserve that.
You know,
Great way to
Zick,
start off the stream.
all right. You know what, Zick? I'm gonna mute you for a minute until you learn your manners.
They're silencing us.
Yeah, silencing
You will not
opposition.
divide us.
They're silencing the people.
Zick will be reinstated after my introduction. I don't want any more bursts like that. And yeah, that is you, Zick. I see you in the chat. So yeah, so today's my birthday, and just wanted to just do an impromptu stream for about an hour, just hang out with all of you guys and give you guys some updates on things that are happening to the channel. So Zick, I will reinstate you once I am done speaking. Yeah, so I'm coming out with a new video either tonight or tomorrow. I'm coming out with a new video either tonight or tomorrow, covering A24's very first movie, A Glimpse Inside the Mind of Charles Swan III. It's gonna be an interesting one. It's more of like a review. It's kind of it's not like a good movie. So the video is gonna be kind of picking apart the movie and seeing why it doesn't work, and also why it might have been liked, like why it ended up becoming A24's first film. Who is that? Anyways, so actually what I think I'm gonna do. No, it doesn't matter, because even if I go into KinoCast main, I think that you guys can still join. I was thinking of like just pulling people in to talk instead of having a all out. But whatever, it doesn't. Anyways, so yeah, so I'll be releasing that, and then I'm gonna be doing a video on Set the Boys Free. Zick has to spend his time in Discord jail for just a minute here. And
Wait, not Zick.
and
Zick's here.
and yeah, so I'll be.
What my boy Zick do? What got
All
him
right,
into
all
prison?
right. He got into prison because he pretty much got the stream immediately demonetized by shouting by shouting the F
man.
word within the first 30 seconds of this. You know,
Oh,
all
good
you
point.
have
So
to
you
the
gotta
four
unmute him
viewers
and
come
just
from?
shout way worse stuff.
Wait, what? Fig
all
Newton?
you have to
At
all you have to
Ashford?
do all you have to do is wait 30 seconds and then you're golden. But this guy had to be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like immediately. I don't know. Like, come on, let me
Yeah,
do my introduction
Hey,
first.
it's not Zick's fault. He's still based. He just has to. He
No.
has to show
No,
his
that's
alpha.
not-
that's
based-
that's
based-
not based.
Based is
Not based at all.
based is a weird word for autistic. Yeah.
Oh shit.
No, but yeah. So I'll be releasing then a video on Killing of a Sacred Deer, and then Joker. Doing a special video on that, and then after that, Cumby, Andrew, and I will be traveling to do a very special collaboration, and I don't want to say anything about it yet, but it's going to be really big and it's really exciting. And last night I was writing the treatment for this, so it's big stuff. Yeah, and
Can I take a guess of what it is?
you can take a guess, but I'm not going to say anything.
So Combi, he's gonna go back into his Antifa character because he's the founder of Antifa, and you guys are gonna, take over Chad. I mean Chaz, whatever the fuck, Chaz. You're gonna take it over because he's the rightful leader of Antifa.
Actually, no. It's going to be. Damn it. You guys won't be able to guess it. Yeah, you guys won't be able to guess it. So,
I think I remember it, but I'm
but
Is it a threesome?
I
This is
was.
a threesome.
Yeah, he's Prasan on the Discord. Oh yeah, he's in my server as Robert Prasan. But we were on a call last night for a good bit, and last night we were working on getting a script made for this video and working on a treatment. and pulling in people, and it's going to be a big collaboration with a lot of people and a lot of big YouTubers, and it's going to be fun. And I don't know if that video is going to make it to my channel. It may be put on his and maybe put on somebody else's channel, but
Okay.
I'll be producing it. So it's yeah, it's exciting. And Taint, I can't show that.
Show
This
what?
is automatically held for review. What Taint said in the chat. You can say stuff on Discord. You can't say it in the YouTube chat. But anyways, yeah. So
They
this
can
last
define that.
weekend, I was celebrating my birthday by watching some movies. So I watched Blood Feast by Herschel Gordon Lewis, which I don't
yeah.
I don't really understand the love for Herschel Gordon Lewis. If I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't like Blood Feast at all. It's good. Okay, I'll show that sick.
What Herschel Gordon Lewis movies have you seen?
Just Blood Feast. Blood Feast was my first one.
I mean, Wizard
It's-
of Gore is pretty good.
I mean,
Um,
it's all like really schlocky stuff, and if it's anything like Blood Feast, it's like a lot of schlock, a lot of like bad gore effects.
Yeah, but that's kind of the fun of it. That's fun.
Yeah.
It's not
So
supposed to be like good. It's just supposed to.
I'm into gore. I've never really seen a gore movie. I'll be honest.
I'd say if you want to watch
I never got into it. Yeah.
if you want to watch a good gore movie, you got to watch like a Cronenberg film.
Cronenberg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Serbian film.
Th-
that's a good
those-
movie.
Those
Serbian
movies,
film.
like,
Yeah.
Dude,
you gotta watch
Serbian
them.
film. I've seen
All
Serbian film. That movie was retarded.
Okay. He changed his name. Okay, I'll unmute you.
Chad Zick.
Chad Sick. Okay. All right, you're unmuted. Thank you. Happy birthday. I want to answer a question here. Somebody asked a question here. Patrick Toomas says, "Hey, happy birthday. What are your thoughts on Adam, Your Movies Suck, and the people from Sardonicast?" I don't really watch any of them.
To touch back on the
Wait, you're
gore
not a
movies,
Ralph the Movie Maker fan?
Instead of watching Serbian film, we should watch 120 Days of Sodom.
Oh yeah, you know, I was thinking of,
Solo, yeah.
I was thinking of buying that in the Criterion sale next month. Like no joke. I was.
Why would you buy it?
Why would I buy it? Because I like Paolo Pasolini. Like he's cool.
I don't
Ah,
know
man.
who that is.
It's the guy who made it.
He's the guy who made it. Yeah.
Oh.
Boys Freed. Yeah. But yeah. So as far as Your Movie Sucks goes and the Sardonicast, I've seen some videos by Your Movie Sucks. His videos tend to be too long for me to really want to click on them. Like his.
Hey, we gotta go on the quickies.
Well, his quickies. The thing is, I don't really care for listening to movie reviews, and I don't watch.
Yeah.
I don't watch like movie YouTubers. I know that I don't watch the
Wait,
film
they're
tubers.
almost all shit. Who could have thought?
Yeah. I Hate Everything was like I liked his videos a couple of years ago. When he shut up, Zick. When I see what you're typing.
Don't wish this man a miserable happy birthday.
honestly, like these YouTube videos that all they pretty much do is tell you the plot of the film. I just find all those really boring. And
Or they say like
can
the
get that.
cinematography is good and like this is good, and then they just say like surface level things. Kind of
Okay,
like
Red Letter
Yeah.
Media, we can all agree
It's-
they make good content.
I
right?
like Red Letter.
I-
Okay, so I like Red Letter Media, but I like it. I like their best of the worst. I don't really watch Half in the Bag because again, Half in the Bag is kind of like I appreciate how they do the critique and how it's more just like their general thoughts and they don't give like numbers or something, and it really comes down to like their level of enjoyment, and I do like that aspect of it. But I don't really read film reviews until like after I've seen a movie, just to kind of see maybe what other people thought of it, because I don't like going into films having like a bias against it or for it or anything like that. So I don't really read or watch film reviews unless I'm trying to sort of gauge a person's, like a person that I may like, trying to gauge like what they thought of it or something like that. But yeah, I like their best of the worst because it's honestly it's just a way for me to sort of enjoy these like bad movies without actually having to sit through the bad movies.
Yeah.
And the way that they sort of condense it all down, and like just it's almost like watching a highlights reel of the best part of these bad movies, because the reality is with these films
Well,
is that they're usually kind of boring to watch the whole thing. So they do you a service by just sort of like saying, here are the good parts and let's talk about that. And it also is kind of like you get the feeling that you're like hanging out with them, drinking beers with them and stuff like that. Who's your favorite film video essayist?
Oh, the Kino Corner.
The Kino Corner. Yeah, definitely.
I'm not a big fan of that guy.
The Kino Corner, definitely. I don't I don't really watch a lot of as I said, I don't watch video essays. Like people would actually be I watch a lot of Vsauce.
Love these films.
24
Yeah.
frames of Nick, he's my favorite.
Oh my god. No. 24 Fingers of Nick is the enemy of the Kino Corner. He's enemy of the state #1. More like 24 frames of bad takes, am I right?
Oh, shots fired.
I know. I'm gonna be
24
involved.
frames of Nick, more like 24 frames of shtick. You know what I'm saying? Garbage.
Evan, absolute idiot.
All right,
You know who's the worst YouTuber though? Zog. Like fuck Zog.
Zog, dude. I left
Fuck Zog.
a server the other day. I'm not gonna say why on stream, but I left a server.
Fuck that guy.
Oh, I think
Oh.
I know.
Yeah, you probably know why.
Is it because of autism? I don't know why. I haven't been on a server in a while.
No,
Dude,
because
his-
his server's so terrible.
His
The people are terrible.
his server is ass.
Yeah, Epelp is a mod there. Like, hey,
I moderate YouTube with man. I've made it.
Dude,
Well, you know he's retarded if he's playing the Call of Juarez.
wait. So close. So I'm close to. I might be getting like 10,000. 10,000 subs maybe. I'm guessing like in August or September is probably when I'll hit 10,000. And there's that one meme that's like, oh, like you didn't know I'm the moderator on a 10,000 subscriber YouTube Discord server, and it's like that really like ugly nerdy looking guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick one of you guys, and I'm just gonna I'm gonna make some of you mods and just like spam that photo.
No.
Yeah.
Evan,
I'm too
please,
Chad.
It's
I'm
gonna
a
be
Chad
Evan.
based
It's gonna be
alpha
Evan.
Chad.
yeah, of course it's gonna be me. I'm definitely the
Yeah.
one. You see, I'm
That's
maybe
why his
the
name's
loser in the
Eyesore,
real
man.
world.
Close
Yeah.
In
That's why his
that
name's
world,
Eyesore.
you're the
Yeah.
loser.
All right, so let's ask some things. Okay, Tarkovsky or Kurosawa? That's difficult. I just watched Drunken Angel. So I meant to say that I did a double feature of Blood Feast by Herschel Gordon Lewis and Drunken Angel by Akira Kurosawa, which they're nothing like each other in the least.
Yeah.
Now, although I don't think that that's a good like either or scenario, because their films are very different.
Very.
And like Tarkovsky only made 7 movies, and Kurosawa made what, like 5,000 or something. Like, I mean, he made a ton of movies.
Yeah,
and
a ridiculous amount.
like and like all over the gambit. So he has like the sort of mainstream films like The Hidden Fortress and Seven Samurai and stuff. But then he has like art films like Dreams that I also really really like. And so with Kurosawa, like I love a lot of his movies, but Tarkovsky just makes very different films. I love them both. Staff only, thank you. Okay, I don't know
Yeah.
who this Def Vent guy is. Oh, yeah, he's free. Yeah, so if you guys didn't know, my internet at my house is bad, so I have to come to my work to. I have to come to my work to stream, and we're not working today, so that's also why I was deciding to stream today. Is that we're closed. Okay, so let's see. Most disturbing film you've watched? Man Bites Dog. I'd say.
Yeah, I don't watch film.
Is that hold on. Is that the one where like the dude kills, like he just murderly or brutally like beats a dog or whatever? Or something like that?
No.
Okay, maybe I'm
So
thinking of. I think I'm thinking of Angst.
Man
No,
Bites
one.
Man Bites Dog is a Belgian film. I actually have a video on it on my channel. It's one of my favorite videos on my channel. I made a video on Man Bites Dog back in November, I think, October or November. So it is a mockumentary about a serial killer, and the thing is a documentary crew is following a serial killer around Belgium, and looking at how he is a serial killer, and then the documentary crew starts helping him out and starts getting involved in the killings, and it's extremely disturbing. I honestly love the film, but it is a film that is difficult to watch. There's
the one I was thinking of was like it was like a 1983 Austrian film, like Angst. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I haven't seen that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, this one was released in like the early 90s. It's like black and white 16 millimeters, so it's really
I see.
Bresson or Dreyer. Bresson. I like Dreyer, but Bresson. Wes Anderson.
You're so right.
Wes Anderson or Tarantino? Wes Anderson.
Tarantino is like, I don't know.
Although I really do like.
Tarantino, but Wes Anderson's a fucking goat.
Wes Anderson is the GOAT, dude. I was at the red carpet premiere of the Grand Budapest Hotel in Berlin. And
really, that's awesome.
Yeah, I got
to get there.
I got to see. I went there as part of like my college did a thing with Berlinale, and I was able to go there. And so I got to shake Ray Fiennes' hand, and I saw Wes Anderson and Bill Murray and all those guys.
Yeah, what a sexy fucking man.
Those were, dude. They're super cool. And let me tell you too, I have respect for directors who aren't short, and Wes Anderson is not short. He is 6'2". He's a Chad. So is Bill Murray, dude. When Bill Murray came out of the limousine, so he had like a glass of champagne, and he just like downed the glass of champagne and just fucking threw the glass in the air and walked onto the red carpet. I was like, this guy, literally, Zick, shut the fuck up, honestly.
Literally, who is George Lucas?
Chris says here, Yuva Bull. Yuva Bull, definitely. I mean, think about it. How Yuva Bull has made so many movies. So many movies.
I don't know. Scorsese just
Yuva Bull, he boxes his critics, right? You know what? That could be a Kino Corner event. I make a video that's just like shitting all over Yuva Bull, and I'm like, Far Cry is a terrible film, and House of the Dead is awful, and blah blah blah, and and stuff like that. And then just to get his attention, and then what I do is I get my guys to come with me to Germany, when this whole COVID thing is done, and I box Yuva Bull. And that would be a good Kino Corner video. And maybe actually what I do, box 24 frames with Nick. Yes, he's also on the list.
He's on the Kill Bill hit list.
Maybe what I do is it's going to be like really artistic, right? Because we'll see me boxing Yuva Bull, but you won't hear anything. It'll be a video essay about Raging Bull, I'm saying over it. Raging Bull or Taxi Driver? Honestly, I think I have to go with Raging Bull. I love Raging Bull so much. I wrote an essay in college on Raging Bull, and I thought I was a complete edgelord at that time. I still do. And so I opened up my essay because my professor was kind of autistic, and I was like, I'm just gonna mess with him a little bit. And so I opened up my essay with the line, I don't know whether I want to fuck him or fight him. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I love that line. where Jake LaMotta.
The whole essay's fan fiction.
Yeah, no, Jake LaMotta is looking at this other fighter. He's like, yeah, I don't know whether I want to fuck him or fight him. And I just think it's hilarious. Okay, I'm getting a lot of this or this. All right, look, I'm gonna go back. It's gonna be fast. All right. Okay, did you make a feature film? Yes, Wasted Hours. I'll be putting on Amazon Prime in August. Okay, next one. Bresson or Dreyer? Bresson, Vin Diesel, or The Rock? The Rock, definitely. I've only heard bad things about Vin Diesel behind the scenes. Favorite Decalogue?
Vin Diesel, the guy who died.
No, that's Paul Walker.
Oh.
Paul Walker.
Vin Diesel is the really campy kind of guy.
Yeah.
The Rock.
like
The Rock hates him. He hates him.
Really? I didn't even
yeah,
know that.
yeah,
They have
but-
beef?
Oh, they have
Good,
major.
I hate him too.
They have
Stupid
major
bald
beef.
bitch.
Riddick is not a good film. My dad loves Riddick, and so he would make me watch Riddick with him when I was a kid, and I never saw the appeal of it. It's so it's so bad.
That's the one with Will Smith, right?
No, no, no. It's like the movies are called like Pitch Black and The Chronicles of Riddick and stuff like that. They've aged terribly because the CGI is awful. Favorite Decalogue?
Fuck's a Decalogue.
My favorite Decalogue might be either Decalogue 1. It's either Decalogue 1 or it's between 5 and 6. So I love
Holy shit, there's a lot of these movies.
I love I love a short film about killing and a short film about love. I love both of those. But Decalogue 1 is honestly, it's such a classic.
Oh, you make videos on these. Oh, my bad. I totally know what this is, dude. Oh, yeah, I love your videos on them.
Oh, did you see them?
No.
Okay. All right. Thoughts on any? And okay. Wait a second. Raging Bull or Text Driver said Raging Bull. Howard Hawks or Tony Scott? Howard Hawks. Francis Ford Coppola or Michael Bay? Do I have to answer that question?
Yeah, that's kind of stupid.
Obviously,
Can you
it's
just skip
Michael
to
Bay.
my one? Mia Khalifa versus Emily Willis.
MVP, most valuable primate or Airbud?
You skipped mine? Excuse
Mia
me.
Khalifa. Wait, Mia Khalifa versus Emily Willis. Okay,
My two
I
favorite
know-
porn stars.
I don't know who those people are.
Yeah. Okay.
I honestly
sure.
don't know.
Your wife
I
next
honestly
to you?
don't know.
Watch
Huh?
porn. Okay.
I honestly don't know who they are. Ang Lee or Spike
Sure.
Lee? Ang Lee. I like Ang Lee a lot.
I'd like Spike Lee's
I don't know.
pretty
I don't know, man. Like every
Black Panther was
every
cool.
year, me and the boys get together and watch Brokeback Mountain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot he made. Oh my god,
Yeah.
yeah, one of his
When I
biggest
watched
movies.
Brokeback.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we do a double feature
that's,
of his.
That's pretty good.
We do Brokeback Mountain, and then now we're gonna add in that Will Smith movie that he made.
Did you like Life of Pi? Because I thought that's probably one of his better movies. I think. I
he
really
made
liked it.
Gemini Man, didn't he?
He made Gemini. That was a Gemini Man. That's it. You know what? Here's the thing about Ang Lee. He just keeps getting better. When you think about
Yeah.
it, Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk. Come on, amazing movie. 120
Crouching
frames.
Tiger, Hidden Dragon. You know, it like broke
Oh,
the
Hey,
like the
that's
foreign film scene.
wait.
in
That's
America.
that's Dana Sayufi. Hey, Dana. I'm actually right next to your mom's work right now. If you want to pop on and get on stream and say hi to everyone, you can. Brokeback Mountain versus Midnight Cowboy. Midnight Cowboy. I love Midnight Cowboy. And actually, here's a funny thing about Midnight Cowboy, right? Here's the funny thing about Midnight Cowboy is that the guy. Oh, so you know that like student that comes up to John Voight and has like the gate, or he gives him like oral or something like that in the movie theater, and it turns out he doesn't have the money, and John Voight is like wants to beat him up and shit like that. That kind of weird pervy student. That is Bob Balaban, who was the narrator on Moonrise Kingdom. Yeah, that was
yeah,
a
you
very
mean
young.
like the guy in the like red beanie.
Yeah, he's the guy. He's the
glasses,
guy in the
yeah.
beanie, and he's also in the Grand Budapest Hotel. He's also in Close Encounters of the Third Kind. The Bob or the Minion. Zick, who is the Bob?
The minion or the bob for today. You got to choose the fit.
Wait,
I don't understand a single thing you just said.
I don't understand that either. I'll say the Minion.
Or the bob.
I'm gonna
What
go
is
with
the Bob?
my favorite film critic. All right, so I got a few film critic friends. I'll shout out here.
Here, wait. I'm gonna post the image in general.
Okay, let
If you
me
say A.O. Scott, I'm gonna be pretty pissed
Minion
off at you.
or the Bob. Oh, I'm definitely gonna go with the Bob for that.
The Bob.
I didn't
have the
realize-
miniature though.
What's a movie that made you appreciate film past the surface level? I would have to say the first film that really did that with me. I was 12 years old and I watched Eraserhead. So that was the film that really kind of did it for me. And then I got into Kubrick and I watched 2001 after that. And Clockwork Orange and all those films. And yeah, so that was kind of my gateway into cinema, was like Stanley Kubrick and David Lynch. What's your Discord server? Unfortunately, yeah.
Chad's only faggot.
Yeah. Hey, unfortunately, the Discord server is private. We've had some security issues with it, so I have like closed it off, and it's
I'm
pretty
kind of
much,
security for it. I've tapped into a few phone calls. We've had ISIS try to infiltrate it a few times, and it's getting dangerous. So yeah, you're denied.
yeah, it's getting very dangerous in there. No, but actually,
You're
seriously,
just not good enough, okay? To get in this.
actually, serious.
You had to have at least a 6-inch penis, bro. I'm sorry.
Oh my
Don't
god,
pass
shut
it.
the fuck
Don't
up.
pass it.
Wait, who's
Send me
talking?
dick pics and maybe you can join.
Okay, who's talking to who's? Okay, that's Taint. Okay, shut the fuck
That's
up.
sick. It's sick. It's
No,
sick.
I know Zick.
And it's MC Phelps. MC Phelps.
And it's
My
Phelps,
bad,
of course.
Evan, you are a snitch. Okay. My
I
bad.
didn't say a single fucking thing.
Evan
What? Okay.
is very.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
I'm
I
not
got some
alpha
more. I got some more questions. Lynch versus Cronenberg. Lynch. I love Cronenberg, but come on, Lynch is one of my favorites. And actually, there's a David Lynch movie on Disney Plus that everyone should watch, and it's called A Straight Story. It's so good.
It's actually
straight
the
people.
straight story.
Oh, it's
actually
the straight. Okay, you know what?
Evan,
Alright.
you make me
Thanks,
really
Mr.
want to
Pedantic.
bash your head in sometimes. You know that?
Nuclear weapon has been activated in the
I did.
Discord.
I did actually see it like this weekend. It's pretty good. Like I was not expecting.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it's like
Farnsworth
about
in
a-
it. I love Richard. He's a very wholesome man.
Favorite film in the Despicable Me Minions quadrilogy? Definitely Minions. If you really think about it, Minions is the most Kino in the quadrilogy because okay, so think about it like this, right? Despicable Me. It was really just about Gru and the girls, you know, the iCarly girls or whatever. They're
Yeah,
boys-
Miranda Cosgrove.
Miranda Cosgrove and stuff like that. Well, Steve Carell's cringe, Miranda Cosgrove is cringe, and so the saving grace of the first Despicable Me were like the little moments where you got to see the Minions and doing their stuff and saying their really funny lines like banana. You know? and then they kind of grew on that with Despicable Me 2 and 3. But Despicable Me 2 had
The
that kind
fart
of.
gun is my
he
favorite
had,
part. I like the fart gun. That's really funny.
But Despicable
Like
Me 2 had that like it had that cringe like really skinny supervillain that was with like the really like I don't know, like the really skinny I don't know. I didn't like it. You know, every time I watch a Despicable Me movie, I'm like fast forwarding past the parts with all the other characters just trying to see the Minions. You know? So when the Minions movie came out, I didn't have to fast forward at all. I was just in love the whole time.
I kind of like not ironically, the first Despicable Me was a very good family movie. Very good family movie. Like Vector, what a fucking awesome villain. That dude was a fucking beast.
Oh, actually, Zick, unironically, I was considering the other day of making a video essay on the SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
You should have.
You should. That's a fucking awesome movie.
It's a great
A-plus
film.
movie.
It's really good. I really like it.
It was the last movie. After that movie, SpongeBob was supposed to end, and then they kept going because Nickelodeon is a bunch of commies, and all the
Yeah.
libtards took it over, and now it's crappy.
You know, actually, though, Sponge Out of Water wasn't bad. Sponge Out of Water.
Still one that was like fucking 10 though, so.
Sponge Out of Water was actually, it had some Kino moments. I didn't see it in the cinemas. I saw it like on Hulu or something after it had been out for a while, and I was like, okay, let me just sort of give it a shot. I didn't think I would like it, but I actually ended up really liking Sponge Out of Water with some of the stuff that they did. All right, so let's see. Was there ever a movie that you watched that made you think you could not make movies? Spielberg, say Lawrence of Arabia, had to consider if he really wanted to make movies. Apocalypse Now. I'd say it's probably Apocalypse Now for me.
Well, Apocalypse Now. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That
and
movie was fucking-
especially
Ooh,
after watching Hearts of Darkness, the documentary about the making of it. Watching that documentary especially made me kind of not want to make films. Do you like Soderbergh movies? I do. I asked another man something such as this, and he told me that he sucks dick. No, I really like Soderbergh. I just watched I just watched Logan Lucky the other night, and I really, really liked it. But Sex Lies and Videotape is great. Like it's
That's
a
the only one
classic.
I've seen by him.
Yeah,
it was like his first movie, right? It was his first movie.
Yeah, I was meaning to see King of the Hill soon, and of course, like I grew up watching. Like, I realized that I watched a lot of Soderbergh movies and didn't know. Now there are some Soderbergh films that I've seen I don't really care for a lot, like The Informant. That was Soderbergh.
Right. He also did like The Laundromat, right?
Yeah, he did The Laundromat. Yeah, I mean he makes so many movies. I saw an episode or two of The Knick, and I think it was called The Knick with Clive Owen, and I did like that, but I can't really get into television. Yeah, so I ended up not following through with it, but I did like it. I obviously liked Ocean's 11 and 12. I didn't see 13 because it's like it's a heist movie. I don't know, and it's kind of
13
like
is good. 11 is the worst.
You saw Ocean's 8 though, right? Ocean's 8.
Shut up, Evan.
Ocean 69 coming out, boys.
If you didn't see Ocean's 8, you're actually sexist and you should die.
So I know you really
I had
enjoy.
a half chub the whole time watching that movie. It was pretty good.
Okay, Sailor Mood Swing says, I know you really enjoy YouTube drama stuff. Thoughts on the Shane Dawson stuff, or thoughts on this documentary series from a filmmaker's perspective? Actually, I don't really love YouTube drama. It's just that all my friends are in the commentary community, and I watch their stuff. So I do keep up with it, but I kind of am neutral on a lot of things. Like I don't really care about a lot of the YouTube drama. And for me, it's just kind of interesting to see things play out, like how they do. So thoughts on the Shane Dawson stuff? I honestly don't care. I saw I saw the stuff that he was being accused of, and yeah, I guess it's creepy or something, but I don't care. I don't care. Or thoughts on his documentary series from a filmmaker's perspective. I wouldn't even call them documentaries. I'd call them reality TV advertisements for their makeup brand.
For real, that's just such a good fucking take on it. Holy shit.
Yeah, I couldn't get through it. He's just advertising a makeup brand, and he's doing it like a reality TV show. It's
I think even with the Jake Paul one, it was just like, you knew Jake Paul was being it was lying.
Yeah.
It was obvious. It was like, wow. And they had some bullshit psychologist there that was like, he might be a good guy. It's like, no, fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sensationalist fucking shit.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, I don't. My whole take is I don't actually watch a lot of YouTube videos. Most of the time when I'm consuming YouTube, I'm driving and I'm just kind of listening to it on my speaker in my car. So maybe I'll watch 30 minutes of YouTube a day or something like that. And if I'm actually watching a video, I'm watching something like Vsauce or maybe some history videos or I'm listening, stuff like that. I like modern history TV, and I like.
You like the History Hyenas, that podcast with Chris DiStefano?
Oh no, I haven't listened to that.
That's such a fun. He's one of my favorite comedians. But him and his buddy, they have a history podcast, and they just talk about history, but with their comedy minds as well. So it's funny as shit and informative. Oh, I love it. A really good podcast.
I like Alternate History Hub.
That's a good
too.
Fucking cool shit, yeah.
I like how do you say it? Lamino.
Lemino.
Oh,
yeah.
I like
dude,
Herzog.
that
He's
guy.
my favorite channel.
Yeah, Herzog's
That guy
my
is-
favorite. Yeah.
Fuck off! Ban him! Ban him!
But okay.
Lemino is my favorite one out of
Yeah.
all the mentions.
Yeah, so as I said, I don't really get involved in drama. I just kind of watch it from a distance sometimes. So thoughts on Villeneuve's Enemy? So I saw Enemy in the cinema, and I thought it was a little bit too on the nose for my taste, if I'm going to be honest. Okay, what's your favorite Bresson film? That's a good question. I've seen all of his films at least 2 or 3 times.
It's pronounced person.
And I would have to say I would say for me the most enjoyable of his films is A Man Escaped. I have the most fun watching A Man Escaped. I really like that film. But the film that I've watched the most, because it's almost hypnotic, is L'Argent. But I love all of his movies, but L'Argent is definitely probably at the top for me. And then A Man Escaped, and then Oh Hazard Balthazar.
Yeah, he builds tension so well in that movie.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's the only one I've seen, and the entire movie, I was just on on the edge of my seat, basically.
Yeah.
I don't get like that with most movies, but like, it's just.
Now I
I really love that.
I do have to say I really did love Le Diable Probablement. That was a really good. Probablement. I mean, Le Diable Probablement. I really did love that film too. There's honestly the only Bresson film I didn't really like was Angels of Sin, and that was his first movie. And it just kind of comes across as a first film. But he also made the film with like Les Dames du Bois de Boulogne. It's a very enjoyable film, even though it's not a very Bressonian type of film. As I said, I'm a huge Bresson fan. I just lent Andrew my book, Bresson and Bresson, that I bought in Paris when I was there. And I actually used that book for a lot of... I used that book as the basis for my video on Bresson. A big basis. His documentaries are all fillers. Yeah, okay, I'm going to tune out the stream for now. Okay, happy birthday, Kino. Thanks, Sick. 3 favorite Villeneuve films, also Fincher, please. So my 3 favorite Villeneuve films, my favorite of his is Sicario. My second favorite...
Oh, fuck, I love Sicario so much. Holy shit. Keep going, I'm sorry.
My,
I love that.
my second favorite is Prisoners, and... Alright. My second favorite is Prisoners, and my third favorite is... I wasn't the biggest fan of Blade Runner 2049.
Really? Why?
Oh, hey, Cumby.
Hey, why weren't you a big fan of Blade Runner?
Why was I not a big fan of Blade Runner? I thought that it had too much filler in it. Like, I didn't like Jared Leto's character. He came across as kind of a Marvel tier villain. Yeah. Thoughts on Bresson's Lancelot du Lac? Oh, my third favorite is Arrival. I really liked Arrival. Thoughts on Bresson's Lancelot du Lac? I love Lancelot du Lac, and it's the way that it does like violence in that movie. I thought was really really cool. How it's such like a medieval troll movie, because it's like they're gonna go to battle, and then in the next shot they're walking away from battle, and like half of them are dead. And you're kind of thinking like, okay, wait, what happened? But the ending of it is so good. The ending of Lancelot du Lac is honestly probably one of his best endings. And there's a funny story about that movie, is that movie really influenced. Who was that? Oh, okay. Anyways, the funny story about that movie is Richard Linklater watched that movie every day for a week in the 80s, and that movie became a big influence on his movie Slacker, which I haven't been able to sort of piece together. I haven't been able to sort of piece together how it influenced Slacker, but it did. Wait a second.
Yo, Kino.
Yeah, what's up?
Speaking of how you talked about how they did that battle scene, where like they go into battle and then it's just cut and it's over.
Yeah.
You ever seen the TV show Rome?
No, I've been told I need to.
Man, all the battle scenes in that show were just like that, because they blew all the battle scene budget in the first 30 seconds of the first episode.
Really?
It's a great show. Yeah, it's a great show.
Yeah, I'll have to watch that then. I mean, I like everything like Roman Empire. I like the aesthetic of all that. You know.
Dude, are you a big TV guy though, Kino?
Am I not a big
like,
TV guy?
In terms of shorts, or like in terms of like short, I'm a big like short run, like 7 episode TV runs, kind of like Band of Brothers. Spy. Yeah, miniseries. I love Spy. Spy, I think, was one of the best miniseries ever made, next to Band of Brothers. I just recently watched.
My friend was in the Pacific. That show.
Oh.
Yeah. So in the show The Pacific, which was sort of like the sequel to Band of Brothers, it was like Band of Brothers but in the Pacific Theater. One of the characters was based off a friend of mine. The guys from
based off a friend.
Yeah, Sid Phillips.
Damn.
Yeah, Sid Phillips. Yeah, and it was really interesting because now he's since passed away. He died when he was like 93, but I used to go to his house as a kid because he didn't live too far away. And he had like an antique shop, you know, when he got older and stuff. He opened up an antique shop where my mom used to work all the time. So I would sit with Sid. He would tell me his war stories and, you know, and stuff like that. It was always super cool. And it was funny because he didn't know, like, he got a call from Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg one day, and he had no idea who they were because he only watched like movies from the 40s. Like, I shit you not. He only watched black and white movies and like silent films and stuff like that. Like, he was a real old timer, you know. And
You know, I see that a lot. Like my Pito, he would like only watch black and white shit.
yeah,
I
and
don't
so
know, it's like a
so
horror
he
hero thing.
so I was sitting there. He's like, yeah. He says some guy named Tom Hanks gave me a call the other day, and I was like, what? So he ended up going out to Hollywood and talking to Tom Hanks, and Tom Hanks brought him out to like dinner and stuff. And Sid Phillips was like, so Mr. Hanks, are you gonna introduce me to any real big movie stars out here? Tom Hanks was like, what are you talking about? But yeah, he was an advisor on the show. So, because one of the main characters was based on Eugene. I forget what his best friend's name was, but one of the main characters was based on his best friend. So there was a character that was based on him in the show as well. So it was really cool. Yeah, it was sad. I mean, he passed away when he was in his 90s. He lived a really long life, but super nice family, super nice guy. And it was interesting because he had a dog, and I was like, hey, I remember as a kid, I was like, hey, what's your dog's name? Two. I'm like, why is he named Two? He's my second dog.
Hey, Kino,
Yeah. What's up?
I have one more question before I gotta go.
All right, shoot.
All right. What do you think about? Okay, this is gonna sound like a joke question, but it's not.
Okay.
What do you think about the angry video game nerd?
Okay. Now, I've seen a lot of his videos because
He's one of my biggest inspirations.
yeah, so the thing about James Rolfe is I watch a lot of Cinemassacre, honestly, because it's almost like easy listening or easy watching, and kind of just I like the sound of his voice. I don't know, like I like his video, like I honestly like his videos. And yeah, they're goofy, they're cheesy and stuff like that. And I do like when he gets like the rental reviews and that kind of stuff, when they kind of just take like an old movie and they're just sort of like, they're just kind of like shooting the shit, talking about the film. I really like that. I like that a lot. I'll listen to that one. Like that's one of the video, that's one of like the video series I'll listen to when I'm driving because it's nice. It's just nice.
Did you ever watch his actual movie?
Unfortunately, I watched it twice.
Oh yeah, how was it? What did you think of?
I watched it twice, not because I necessarily wanted to watch it twice, but I didn't like his actual movie. It wasn't good. His actual movie was like just an hour and a half long skit, you know, from one of his videos. And the thing about his skits is that the skits work fine when the videos are only 10 to 15 minutes long and they're like just kind of a part of that 10 to 15 minute long video, like, you know, in Freddy Krueger.
And they're
Jason.
also like really, you know, it's tongue in cheek and not supposed to be taken serious at all. You know? I mean, that's usually how most people read it. But like in this movie, it's supposed to be serious and have like serious characters and character development and that kind of stuff. It doesn't really work.
It doesn't
like,
work
when you
at all.
insert that shit.
And I think
that totally just goes against the entire like tone of the movie. You know? It's
think
really disorienting.
I think one of the problems with the Angry Video Game Nerd movie is that he didn't have the money for what he wanted to do, so a lot of stuff comes across as cheap. Because it's a lot of green screen stuff. It's a lot of really bad effects, and you know,
I mean that's endearing. That's endearing when it's like in a video.
When it's a skit. Exactly. And also when you're not having to pay to watch it. Like that's another thing. When you're not paying to watch it, it's just sort of like, all right, it is endearing. It's like a little homemade video that's nice to watch. Mm-hmm. But when it's a movie, there are different expectations.
You gotta be more serious about it. You know, like no one wants to watch an intentionally bad movie.
Yeah,
you know? When you watch like a so bad it's good movie, there's a veneer of it being, you know, like intentional to try to like make it a good movie. Like that's the intention.
And it ends with like a 20-minute review, or maybe it's not 20 minutes, but it's shorter than that. It felt like 20 minutes review of the ET game. And I'm just like, and that really is what sealed the deal for me. I'm like, this is just one of his YouTube videos, but just stretched out to be way too long than it needs to be.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about it. Like, I was like, I didn't care for the movie at all. I thought about doing a video like, why do YouTubers make bad movies? And I was going to talk about AVGN. I was going to talk about The Nostalgia Critic.
Oh God.
Yeah.
The Smosh movie.
The Smosh movie.
What is the worst movie?
Smosh movie.
What is-
I remember that.
Yeah.
What is the worst movie
Yeah,
I've
what's
ever
the
seen?
worst movie you've ever seen?
I don't know. So I don't know, because I normally don't get too like worked up over films. Like, I don't like watch a movie and I go like, I hate this film, like, and maybe I'd be a more popular YouTuber if I was like that. But a movie that I really, really disliked and kind of hated, that is I watched within the last like couple of years, was The Death of Dick Long. I really hated that film. It was just god awful. And the funny thing about that is like, there's not a whole lot of redeemable qualities about that film. For one, it's just disgusting. For two, the cinematography is so bland. Like, it's such a bland looking film. Three, it's obviously written by like Brooklynites who have no idea what the South is actually like. And it comes across as really, like, one of the things about it comes across as really out of touch. And the script is just boring. Like, for as gross out as it's trying to be, it has a really boring script to back it up. That the script just moves at like the snail's pace, and I really didn't like it for a lot of these reasons. And also, like, it's kind of like, it's a very like hipster type movie, where it's like trying to ironically love Nickelback in the movie, and it's obvious that they're trying to be like really ironic about it, like, oh, isn't Nickelback great, like, ironically. And I just really don't like that kind of like.
That's so 2008.
Yeah,
That's cringy.
yeah, exactly. And this movie came out in 2019. But a funny thing about that is, I just sent out a tweet, and after I saw that movie, like several months ago, right, when I had almost no Twitter followers, I just like sent out a random tweet. I said I really didn't like The Death of Dick Long, and then like a month later, the official account for the movie responds to me. Like, they were like, oh, we're sorry that it made you uncomfortable, smiley face. And I'm like,
Oh no.
I was like, that just made me hate it more. I'm like, it's not that it made me uncomfortable. I think I even tweeted back at them. It's like, it's not even that it made me comfortable. It's that it's a bad movie. Like, it's just terrible. Favorite silent movie?
LOL.
Yeah. Favorite silent movie? I don't know. Maybe Sunrise, A Song of Two Humans. I really love that one. The Passion of Joan of Arc is also really good. I really like that silent film. Come and See Does Battles Like That. I did not like that. I'm getting Come and See tomorrow because it releases on Criterion and I pre-ordered it. So I will watch Come and See this week. Do you like Godard, and what's your favorite film of his? I actually don't care for Godard. I think he's up his own ass about a lot of things.
Yeah, he's a very divisive figure.
Yeah, I really don't like Godard. I'm definitely on Team Truffaut. I love...
Either you hate him or you love him.
That's
how Godard is.
As you can see, my Discord name is Francois Truffaut. I'm definitely Team Truffaut. And that's why I think that Breathless is good, because Truffaut worked on it and helped write the story. No, Godard, his films are... I don't like him. Now, there are some films that I can enjoy, I guess. I do like Contempt. I did like Contempt. I did enjoy Weekend. But I didn't like Alphaville. Breathless is okay. I didn't like Tout Va Bien. Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of his movies, and every time I watch one of his films, I try to give him the benefit of the doubt. I try to sell myself, this is the Godard movie that you're going to love and you're going to understand him. And it's never really the case. I have a couple of his movies on Criterion Edition, because I really wanted to like learn about them and get to understand them and everything like that, like Band of Outsiders and stuff like that. But no, I honestly I can't get into them. A good series is The Stand. Yeah, I watched The Stand as a kid. It has the guy that plays as Patrick from SpongeBob in it, whatever his name is. Are you guys there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're
The
here.
guy said, "Oh yeah." Death Fence says, "I love the death of Dick Long." Best movie trilogies: the Three Colors trilogy and the Before trilogy are three of my favorites.
Actually,
but also
my
Lord of the
favorite
Rings.
trilogy is the Cornetto trilogy. Actually, my
The Face When Reddit. Yeah, I mean, Cornetto trilogy is fine, but
that's the funny Reddit opinion.
the funny Reddit
Is that
opinion. Yeah, exactly.
Edgar Wright is the best director ever.
Yeah,
He does the montages.
I like Edgar Wright, but I wouldn't say I love his films. Let me see. Okay, so I did. What foreign countries have you seen the worst movies from, and were they good? What?
What?
I don't understand that question. Thoughts on Jean-Pierre Melville?
Oh, the most movies from.
Oh, the most movies from. Thoughts on Jean-Pierre Melville? I love him. I've seen like all of his movies. So the foreign country that I've seen the most movies from is probably France, because they have some of the most output, as far as like, I don't know, France or Japan maybe. And yeah, I mean, I love French films. Eric Romer as well. Eric Romer's great. La Collection is I really liked, and My Night at Maud's and all of his films. Louis Malle. I know that Evan, you're working on a video on Elevator to the Gallows. I mean, that's
I am.
amazing film. And actually,
I brought up. I showed you like that video by Renegade Cut.
Oh,
Remember,
yeah.
like the one about it being cut. I'm actually probably even gonna like make a part in the video about other people's interpretations of Elevator to the Gallows, and like how I feel like that factors into what my opinion is, and kind of like, I don't know, maybe give what I think in contradiction to like other people's interpretations, and kind of say why I think they're incorrect or correct. Like
yeah.
that Renegade Cut one, like I watched that video a couple times now. The takes in that are just so bad.
It's really bad.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
honestly appalling.
I think someone did that with my Lighthouse video. And anyone who's watching, if you want to like clip, like one of my videos to use, if you're trying to like show different opinions or something like that, like, I mean, feel free. It's whatever. Although I did have to take down a video the other day. I didn't copy strike it. But somebody literally just some Indian guy just re-uploaded one of my videos. And
Yeah.
I was like, okay. And he put in the description courtesy of, and then he put my video title, but he didn't put my channel name. What?
That's damn.
I was really actually, so favorite film from the Czech New Wave. You know what? I was gonna watch Valerie and Her Week of Wonders tonight. I haven't actually dived into the Czech New Wave yet, but I want to watch Diamonds in the Night and Valerie and Her Week of Wonders. I know that they have a bunch of those on the Criterion channel, so right now I'm trying to kind of make my way through Maurice Pilat, and I'm watching all of his movies. Oh, this morning I watched Secret of the Beehive, no, it's the Spirit of the Beehive. That was really good. I really like that. And yeah, so tonight I may watch Valerie and Her Week of Wonders, and I'm trying to get through Maurice Pilat, and I still have a few films from him that I haven't seen, but I generally like everything that I've seen from him. I love Under the Son of Satan, and I love L'Enfance Nue and A Nos Amours and Graduate First. Like, those were all really, really good. What's your opinion on Polish cinema? I really like Polish cinema. I've been trying to get more into Polish movies past Paweł Pawlikowski and Kieślowski. And I know that I want to see some movies by Zanussi and Andrzej Wajda. And I know that Wajda, I think that's how you say it, he made the film with Gerard Depardieu. I forget what it's called, but it's like a French movie. And I watched this one. There's this one Polish movie called Szymanka. Szymanka with the guy from Blind Chance. What's his name? Really good movie. Crazy ass film. Yeah, it's. I'll type it in the chat like how it's. Szymanka. Ashes and Diamonds. Yeah, that's. Szymanka. That's the movie. It's insane. How many films do you watch a day? I don't know. Normally 0. You know, the thing about being a YouTuber is, I don't really have, I work and I make videos, so I actually normally don't have time to watch a lot of movies. So I try to, I used to have a lot of time to watch films. I don't really have as much time anymore, so I try to be very picky with the movies that I watch. And a lot of times when I watch a movie, it's because I'm thinking maybe I'll make a video on this. So have you seen Camera Buff? Of course, I've seen it several times. I love it. Do you have a favorite movie? Tree of Life by Terrence Malick is my favorite movie. Let me see. Thoughts and share. Oh, I want to say about Melville is I love Army of Shadows. It's probably my favorite movie of his. All right, yeah, favorite films of the Depression Revival. I don't know if I've seen those. Happy birthday. Thank you, Crispy Chips. Thank you very much.
Oh, he should get in the chat.
Yeah, Chris. Yeah, Chris, you should jump in. You're in our Discord, so just jump in the general chat. Andre Wadya. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. I don't speak. Okay, look, I don't speak Polish, so my pronunciations may not be the best when it comes to like Polish names. Although I used to work, I knew a Polish cinematographer named. Oh, so the guy that made Szymanka was Andrzej Zulawski, and he also made that movie Possession with Sam Neill, which is also kind of insane. And yeah, so Andrzej Zulawski is that guy's name. But yeah, he made Szymanka like in 1990. For some reason, it's kind of a hard film to find, but I rented it from the Videotheque. So in South Pasadena, there is a like a video rental store that has all sorts of really hard to find movies that you can get, rent DVD and Blu-rays of. Super cool place. And yeah, so I rented it from there, and it was really good. They also have movies by Theodoros Angelopoulos, and I have seen what was the Angelopoulos film? I've been trying to get copies of films by Angelopoulos, but they're like orphaned in the States. And so so for the last year or two, I have been scouring places to try to find Angelopoulos movies. I saw Landscape in the Mist. That's the film by him that I have seen. But I mean,
yeah, I haven't seen any Polish movies. That's that's a big blind spot for me.
Yeah, no, this is Greek. So
oh, it's Greek. Okay.
Yeah, favorite romance films. Probably, I don't know, Before Sunset. Brief Encounter is also a really good romance film.
In the Mood for Love is good.
In the Mood for Love is really good. In the Mood for Love, I think, is a lot better than Chungking Express. I know a lot of people love Chungking Express. I liked it, but In the Mood for Love really is like so much better. I thought it was just on a whole other level. I like Wong Kar-wai a lot. He has a nice aesthetic to his movies. Favorite non-pornographic magazine. Okay.
If you don't say "Don't Look Now," if you don't say that would be pretty. Like, come on, that's like the best one.
Wait, no, magazine. Favorite non-pornographic magazine.
Oh, I thought you said movie scene.
Okay, guys. Well,
I heard
okay.
movie scene too.
What magazines do you read? I don't know if I read any magazines.
At
I
all.
don't really read
I don't read
magazines.
magazines at all.
Yeah.
No one even reads porn.
Do people do that
anymore.
anymore?
Literally, no one reads porn mags.
Everything
It's
is
just
online.
Pornhub.
So when I was in high school, I did I was a exchange student in France, right? And so I went to Normandy to go to school, and I was staying in the bedroom of my my host family. So they had so my student contact was this girl named Cassandra, and so I was staying in like her brother's old bedroom in the house, and I was living on a cow farm in Normandy. And I remember I was like lying on the bed, and this was around maybe 2010, yeah, so about 10 years ago. And so I didn't have like an iPhone or anything like that, and Wi-Fi internet was crap. So I had a lot of I was able to read and do that sort of stuff. But also, like you're in somebody else's bedroom and you're alone and you're kind of just like looking around and whatever. And I found her brother's stash of porno mags. And I was like, oh God. It was a little bit awkward because I didn't want to be like the guy, right, to just sort of go like, hey, look at what I found, the new exchange student. And and it wasn't really hidden that well, I gotta say, because then I'm like, how do I even present this to the family, and so I try to forget about it, but I was like, of course I'm sleeping on a bed, and of course I know what had happened there. Those magazines being right next to the bed. I was also a very innocent 15-year-old. I was very oh, that's a sin. That's how I was. Yeah. So
it would have been pretty weird finding a porno mag in in a foreign exchange student.
Yeah, actually, and that's kind of why I liked Maurice Pialat's Graduate First. It was very spot on with northern France and just how people hang out, everything that basically how everything just works. So that film is very nostalgic for me. Landscape in the Mist, yeah, Patrick Dunn. I loved Landscape in the Mist. But in the States, so I was living in Ireland, and it was really easy to find copies of the Anglopolis movies because I lived right next to the Irish Film Institute, where they had all these DVDs of all these great directors and stuff there that you could watch. And of course, I went to Trinity College, and they had all the movies in the library that I could watch too, and I used that library to watch a lot of films I hadn't seen. So that's how I saw Landscape in the Mist. And when I got back to the States, I wanted to watch more Anglopolis films, and I've not been able to find any of his movies here at all. It's so infuriating. Favorite film journalist who's still alive? I have a few friends who are film journalists. I'll shout them out.
Yeah, you're gonna.
Yeah. So one of my buddies is Josh Encinius. Encinius. I just call him Josh. I don't call him by his last name. So he writes for the Film Stage. He's a friend of mine. Grew up in the same town. Everything like that. But he's in New York. Writes for the Film Stage. And one of my other friends was a guy. So I did film criticism.
These niggas. Sorry.
So I did film criticism when I was at Trinity College, Dublin, and I wrote for some stuff there. But I got in with the Irish Times there. So I used to house sit for Donald Clark, or cat sit. I guess watch his cat when he was out. And I generally agree with Donald on a lot of films, and I generally agree with Josh. Although here's the thing about film critics, right? So the great thing about being a film critic is that you get to see early screenings of movies for free.
Yeah.
So I got to see like
And that also means that you're kind of biased though, some way. You know,
well,
like
yes and no. You know, like I don't know. It's a lot more complicated than a lot of people think. You go to see it early. Like you see the film early so that you can have it out. But it's usually not like, oh, it's way in advance. It's usually like it's a few days before all the critics go to the theater to watch it, and here's something about a lot of movie reviewers that maybe a lot of people don't think is, you know, a publication will tell like one person, okay, you're going to be reviewing this movie, but within that publication, you could have like it's a different opinion for every single person that watches it. So maybe you say, oh, the film stage, they always, you know, like they're giving this they're just following the rest of the film reviewers and blah blah blah, giving it a bad review or giving it a good review. But if you actually go to the publication, you look at like what all the other critics within that publication think, there's a lot of dissent. And even when we would watch films, you know, when I would watch films, critic screenings, even for films that got like really good reviews, you know, like across the board, there would be a lot of critics that just hated it, but they weren't necessarily the ones who were tasked with writing it. They came along to watch it with their other critic friends, you know, because kind of, yeah. So that's kind of why I don't really pay attention to like stuff like Metacritic and Rotten Tomatoes and stuff like that. If you know a little bit more about how things are done, I think it's better to have a film journalist or like a reviewer that you know that you respect, and to see what they say about it, and not to be like, oh, what did they say as a whole? Because there's a lot of stuff that doesn't really account for, and you know, and there's plenty of movies that have like super great Metacritic scores I don't care for, like Lady Bird, for example. I didn't really see what all the hype was about with Lady Bird.
Lady Bird's like the main character in Lady Bird was so fucking annoying. Dude,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I didn't really like Lady Bird, and
Like people disliked Juno for the same reason that people liked Lady Bird. Like some people, they dislike Juno, but they like Lady Bird. But they're kind of similar. I like Juno much more than I like Lady Bird.
I thought Juno was actually like funny in parts.
Yeah.
You know, like I thought it had more charm than Lady Bird. I don't know, and I'm not a huge Greta Gerwig fan, but I say that, but then I ended up really liking Little Women. So look, guys, I like Little Women. All right, I don't care if that makes me less of a man.
You like little girls? Oh my god, Keanu's a pedo.
Frances Ha wasn't that bad.
Is Little Women? Isn't that like a book? It was like a book about like
Yeah.
these sisters or whatever.
Yeah, and it's
I don't imagine it can't be too bad if it was based off a great book.
yeah, and the new version of it is, I thought it was done very well, and I actually liked some of those like movies that you know you normally think that like old like British white women would like Room with the View. Like I love A Room with the View, and yeah, films like that. I actually do like those kinds of films. I like just about any kind of film as long as it's like well made and makes me feel something or makes me think. I don't really care what the genre is.
At the same time, like when it comes to bad like main characters that can get you like annoyed, it works sometimes. Like in Sicario, Emily Blunt's character was the most unlikable bitch, but it made me like the movie more about how annoying she was and how badass everyone else around her was.
Yeah,
the thing is,
because that's the whole point of the
part
movie.
of the intent.
Yeah, because like she is way in over her head, and that's kind of part of like she has almost no agency in the film. It's really just Josh Brolin and the Chad Benicio del Toro. Yeah, it's really just them.
Because I might like like my father, like people I grew up around was all former operators or people that are in CIA and do shit like that. And my dad and uncle were telling me like whoever was the advisor on that movie, they told the director way too much shit because they said like that movie was spot fucking on with a lot of the shit they did. Oh my god!
Nice,
yeah. Dude. It was spot fucking on.
Dude, every time I drive through El Paso, every time I drive through El Paso, I always think about that movie because when you're on 10 going through El Paso,
Mm-hmm.
there's parts of it where you look down, you see Juarez, and
Yeah.
and I don't know, like every time I think, man, it is actually like it actually is there, and it's so close. So he says, "What's your favorite movie that's been adapted from a play?" I don't know.
He watches plays. Kino's not gay. Shut up, kid. I'm joking. What about what's that one movie with the snapping and
West Side Story.
West Side Story. That's
Or
a pretty
Grease. Or Grease.
pretty
Grease.
one. No, Grease was
Grease.
Grease. I hate Grease. I just can't say
Yeah.
that movie. West Side Story is pretty good though. I like West Side Story.
I don't know what my favorite movie adapted from a play is. I don't know. I actually don't know. I'm sure that I've seen a lot of movies adapted from plays, but if they're done,
well-
I like Tape, the Richard Linklater one. Tape. I know that's adapted from a play.
You've seen the tragedy of Macbeth, right? Like the Polanski one.
I haven't seen the Polanski one. I've seen the other Macbeth variants. I mean, oh yeah. No, here's the real Kino take: is the Baz Luhrmann Romeo and Juliet.
We had to watch that for my English class.
Yeah, I know.
My English teacher, the entire time she was like, "Oh my God, Leo DiCaprio's abs are so hot."
No,
Like, fuck you, you're a cat lady. You're a 40-year-old cat lady. Shut the fuck up.
the
Okay, shut up.
the actual Kino moment in there though was when they played Radiohead's song "Talk Show Host" while Leo was just like sulking on the beach. And like
Yeah.
that actually is a Kino moment, unironically. He's okay. So, knowing friends who are film critics, would you say that it's hard to become one and hard to make a living off of being one? Yeah, you don't make a lot of money as a film critic. You don't. But also, being a film critic, I don't want to be a film critic. My channel is not film criticism because that's stupid. I don't, like I don't
more
want
film appreciation, maybe.
It's more film. It's a film appreciation because there is this trap that you can get into, like a career trap, where you start to be a film critic, and it's tough to, if you want to be a filmmaker, to actually transfer to being a filmmaker because you are a critic, and people in the industry just aren't gonna. Maybe they won't really trust you, like to watch their stuff, or you know what I mean, or stuff like that. I mean, you have some film critics that made films like. Roger Ebert made Beyond the Valley of the Dolls.
Well, he only wrote the script for it.
Yeah, he wrote the script for it. And then, I mean, Godard, I guess, is an example of someone who is both a critic and a filmmaker. But I would say that like Truffaut and Godard and the whole French New Wave Cahiers du Cinema crowd, it was a different kind of film criticism where at that point in history, they were really trying to establish film as an art form. And it did make sense that they would go into filmmaking. And they were really doing a lot. Best Harmony Korine film. I haven't seen The Beach Bum. I want to. I saw Trash Humpers.
Yeah, I've only seen Spring Breakers.
And
That's a Korean film, right?
Yeah, I actually really like Spring Breakers. I want to see Julian Donkey Boy because I think that Herzog is in it, but I haven't seen it yet. But I have. Trash Humpers was difficult, to say the least. It was interesting.
Yeah, it's a good name. That's a good name, actually. I like
yeah,
that name.
it was interesting. I saw it more as like a video art project than a movie. You know what I mean? Like it's something. There's not really a story to it at all. It's more just like the shock value of what you're seeing and seeing it kind of in this VHS quality. It felt like something that you would see like in a video art installation and you aren't really meant to watch more than 5 minutes of it. That's what it felt like to me. Shinya Tsukamoto. I haven't seen a Shinya Tsukamoto movie. Oh, I've heard of Tetsuo. Yeah, I've heard of Tetsuo. Best road movies. This is something I love road films. So Wim Wenders makes excellent road movies. Kings of the Road, Alice in the Cities, Paris, Texas, Until the End of the World. And, I really like all those. gosh, what are some more? Like I watch a lot of road movies, but now I'm just kind of blanking on. I'm just kind of blanking on like good road movies that I've seen. Il Sorpasso, yes. Il Sorpasso was great. I love it so much. And actually, Il Sorpasso was the basis for Sideways. I'm pretty sure Sideways is like an American remake of Il Sorpasso. Is Lost in America a road movie? Yeah, that is a road movie. I have both of those films on Criterion Edition. Although I would say Il Sorpasso is my favorite of those two. The main guy in there, and I can never, so it's the Italian guy and then it's the French guy, and I can never pronounce the French guy's name. Jean-Louis Trintignant. Harry's I can never really get his last name right, but It Happened One Night. Wages of Fear, Sullivan's Travels, It Happened One Night. Out of those three, I would say Sullivan's Travels is my favorite. I really like Sullivan's Travels.
I do like It Happened One Night. That's
the Capra, yeah. And wasn't It Happened One Night? So actually I have all those movies in Criterion. I mean I love all of these films. Y Tu Mama Tambien is really good. But It Happened One Night. Capra was supposed to direct a movie, and then he got like an infection in his gums that caused like all of his teeth to fall out, and basically like they had to keep like postponing this movie that he was supposed to be making. And no, it wasn't Capra. It was the actor. It was the what's his name? I don't know. I'm blank. I need more I need more caffeine. It was the actor that played in Gone with the Wind.
I can't remember that.
It was the actor. I can see him. I can see him right now in front of me. It was the actor that was in Gone with the Wind. But he was put in
the head. Which one?
The main dude. The main guy.
Holy shit! Yeah.
Clark Gable.
Clark Gable.
Yeah. So Clark Gable, he like basically lost his teeth because of this like infection, and it caused this movie to be like postponed and went over budget, all this kind of crap. So he, as like punishment, he was sent to Universal to make this what they thought was going to be a shitty movie, and as like punishment basically for, like screwing over this movie. Even though it wasn't really his fault, it was just illnesses that kind of kept hitting him. And that movie was It Happened One Night. He won the Oscar for that. And he gave his Oscar away to some kid. Like his actual Oscar trophy away to some kid. And he told the kid, he goes, it's not like he said, it's not the trophy that matters. It's winning it. I mean, which is true.
Mm-hmm.
It's like now you can call yourself an Oscar winner. Like, who cares if you have the statue or not? Favorite book related to film? I really like Tarkovsky's Sculpting in Time. Sculpting in Time. I like Bresson's Notes on the Cinematograph. David Bordwell has some good books for like beginners, like if you're getting into film. I have a few of his books. And Andre Bazin has a good book on Italian neorealism. And I guess those are the kind of books. I don't really read a lot of those. Like, I bought a lot of these like when I was first getting into filmmaking. I bought a lot of these like how to make films for no money. Like there's all those kinds of things. How to make your first film and all this kind of stuff. They really all kind of give you the same advice, and it's advice that is just BS. It's advice that, like, honestly, the best thing to do is just to go shoot something and just learn the hard way. Yeah. Reading a book, actually, and it's funny because Richard Linklater's very first movie is called "It's Impossible to Learn to Plow by Reading Books," and the idea is he made this movie
what kind of plow?
No, but the idea is, so he made this movie by himself. He just had a Super 8 camera, and he went on like a road trip, or a train trip, and he just had a Super 8 camera and a little tape recorder. And so he would record on his Super 8, and then he would go and do a scene like in front of the camera, and he was like the only person. He was the cast and the crew, like this one guy. But the idea behind making it was that he would force himself to make a movie and learn how to shoot things and learn how he liked to frame things and stuff like that. And that's honestly the best thing that you can do, is just to shoot something of your own. Best Criterion releases, they do really good jobs with the Wes Anderson releases. He gets really good releases. They're always jam-packed full of stuff. Like the Persona is also a really good release.
Yeah, it's got DVD and Blu-ray, right?
Yeah, that's also a really good release. Roma is a great release. That was packed.
Good soundtrack too.
Yeah.
Great soundtrack on Roma.
Yeah, and gosh, they have a lot of. I mean, I have something like 150 something Criterions, something crazy like that. Yeah.
There's still like 1,000 of them though. It's pretty.
Yeah, I'm a big collector. Best. Oh, Tree of Life is a great release too. That is Tree of Life and The New World are both like really excellent Criterion packages. Top 5 directors. I would say top 5 directors. That's really it's really hard.
Especially, it's hard to do that, especially, because of the whole auteur thing. It's hard to say that without getting the whole.
I'll give 5 directors that I watch a lot of, and I don't know.
Yeah.
5 directors I really like, and that's Terrence Malick, Bresson, Kieślowski, Tarkovsky, and Linklater. I don't know. There's so many directors I love, and to do top 5, I'm gonna go watch a Kieślowski movie. His birthday was on the 27th. Go watch Amateur, Camera Buff, or No End, or something like that. It's Criterion Barnes and Noble sale.
You like Fellini, right?
I love Fellini. Yeah.
I love Mussolini, dude. He was fucking.
Dude, shut the fuck up. Is the Criterion Barnes and Noble sale still happening? Yes, it is still happening. It starts on July 10th. Will you ever post your collection on our Criterion? No, I don't really ever go to Reddit. So.
Yeah. Guys, Kino's a Chad. He's not a fucking beta cuck loser that goes on Reddit. It's on 4chan, guys.
Yeah, I actually tried to post one of my videos on Reddit one time, and they told me I didn't have enough karma, and I was like, what the fuck is this shit? I just completely gave up. That was my Reddit experience. I thought, because I thought, I saw that, sometimes YouTube videos, if they do well on Reddit, they'll do well in the algorithm, and I don't post to Reddit. If you see any of my videos or anything about me posted to Reddit, it's not by me. I never go there. Do you prefer the Barnes and Noble sale, or do you prefer Lobster Fest?
Lobster Fest is pretty tough, not gonna lie.
Do you have a Discord server? Yeah, but I'm not inviting anybody to the Discord server right now. It's currently closed off.
He doesn't like his fans, guys.
Yeah, it's all right.
He's like, he thinks all you guys are fucking losers, basically.
Disavow. Not true. No, it's not true.
All right. I'll talk to you guys later. But
all right.
I have to go.
All right. See you, man.
Happy birthday, Pete.
Oh,
Happy
thanks.
birthday, man.
Thank you.
See you, Evan.
All right.
See you, Evan.
Have fun, bro.
So
I was curious about asking you something.
Yeah, sure. Shoot.
Now that all the boys are gone. I love movies, but I'm like a huge music buff. Like, are you big?
Yeah.
Are you a big music guy? A big music guy?
I like music, but
I like music.
yeah. What kind of music are we talking about? Because I definitely know more about certain areas of music than other areas.
Yeah. What I listen to the most, I'm big like, classic rock, classic rap, and like a little bit like I like modern rap, but I love Kendrick Lamar. Holy shit, I love Kendrick. But I love classic rock. I just love dissecting music because you can learn so much from some songs, and some songs just need to be broadcasted 24/7 to certain people because they can just teach, just like movies can teach you so much, just a small window.
You know, if you like,
Especially like
do you like talking?
today.
Do you like Talking Heads?
my cousin, he's trying to get me on them. Like I haven't really listened to them. I just gotta like listen to them.
I saw
I just never had a chance.
I saw David Byrne live with his American Utopia tour, and that was an amazing concert. But David Byrne made this really great film called True Stories. That is like It is a Talking Heads album as a movie, and it's really funny. I would definitely you should check that. You should check that one out. Talking about
Stories.
Talking about Kendrick Lamar, I was at the concert where he brought the girl up and is having her sing the
Oh,
song. That's
the one time I was like, Kendrick, what the fuck you doing, bro? I was really
Yeah.
upset when he did that.
I
'Cause
would-
his music really doesn't preach that either. I'm like, what the fuck you doing, bro?
Yeah, I was working that concert.
That sucks.
Yeah, Remain in Light is great. Yes, Ramadan Steve. Remain in Light is amazing. Yeah, so Taint, if you want to listen to a Talking Heads album, start with Remain in Light. That is, just listen. It's not a very long album. It's like 30 or 40 minutes, but it is super great. Good Kid, Mad City. It's greater than To Pimp a Butterfly. Do you agree with that, Taint?
Oh, okay. So I think the Mad City, the song itself, and you spell mad wrong, bitch. Mad is with 2 A's.
Yeah, that's true.
Bitch. But Mad City, the song, I think, honestly, is the greatest song ever made. In my opinion, greatest song ever made.
I do like
Period.
that. I do like that song. I saw.
It's just the craftsmanship behind it. Like when MC featured on it, I was like, Compton, baby. Like it's such a beautiful song. But then the entire album, I love the album.
Yeah.
But To Pimp a Butterfly, holy shit! Like the magistry, the R&B, the percussion, the instrumentals are all just beautiful on that album. MF Doom, I do like MF Doom. He's the only guy that can make an album about food and make it fucking Chad as shit.
Yeah,
Doom
the
is great.
the food album is really good.
Yeah, but To Pimp a Butterfly is better than Good Kid, Mad City. But Mad City is the best Kendrick Lamar ever made. No one wants you here, fucking bitch. Balps. Balps. Fuck you. Balps. You're a mod on Zog server. What a fucking loser.
Yeah.
I love you, dude. I'm joking. But I think right now, which I wish was just blaring in like every city right now, is The Story of OJ by Jay-Z.
I haven't heard
Because
that.
holy shit, people, it's just basically about how the black community, all of them just want quick cash. Like it's all about like just like the broken culture and the black community. He was like, why do you think Jews are so rich? It's because they want to make as much money as they can, live rich forever, and sustain for their children, their grandchildren, and on, make a legacy for themselves. And he's trying to preach that. It's like economics and how to get past that pimp fucking mentality and shit. That's why most people don't talk about Ice Cube and Jay-Z is because they're based as fuck, but they just can't say anything because their community will kick them out. Like they secretly like push stuff.
Dude,
low-key.
Ice Cube
basis
doing
fuck.
his whole Illuminati rabbit hole on Twitter. It's so good.
Ice-T is a libertarian as shit, and he's open about it.
Oh,
He's like, man, I want my gun so I can kill the cops when I want to. I'm like, I love Ice-T.
Ice-T. Oh yeah, no, Ice Cube was doing the whole Saturn, the whole black cube thing.
Yeah,
And Ice-T
Tommy
is,
Cube is.
dude. Ice-T has liked a few of my tweets. I love him so
Really?
much. Yeah, he's funny, dude. 3 favorite Fincher movies. Number 1 is Zodiac. Number 2 is Seven, and number 3 is maybe
Tyler the Creator.
number
I'll get to that when you
I don't know. I don't know what my number 3 is. Maybe The Social Network. I wasn't too big into Fight Club. I thought it was overrated.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow, Fight Club, man. I like that movie. Tyler the Creator.
based.
Do you like Tyler? Tyler is based. He's losing. I think his most recent album. I don't even know the name of it. It was so
Was it
shitty. I didn't listen to
Was
it.
that the Flower Boy?
The one who was in a wig the whole time? Yeah. No.
No,
Flower Boy,
Igor. That was
it?
Igor.
Igor was so shitty. Holy shit. I fucking hate that album. But Flower Boy put me in my feels. Flower Boy is pretty good. I like I like Frank Ocean. He had a big role in it.
Yeah, Frank Ocean is good.
I think
like
that
him.
I think that Tyler, he started. Sorry. He started as a as an edgelord, and of course he's gonna evolve, just like Earl Sweatshirt. He was a kid and being stupid, and now they're doing more like their own unique sound type shit. So I really, just Tyler just evolved as an artist. Really, he's a pretty,
Dude,
he's alright.
Tyler
I like
is,
his old stuff. His old stuff's funny.
Tyler is a fan of $1 Million Extreme, and
Oh yeah,
yeah, he is a big fan of Sam Hyde. So it was funny where he was like, there was a show that he was doing, and he was quoting World Peace. He was quoting the Trex and Robbie sketch of all the sketches too.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Oh, yeah, fine.
He was like, I'm gonna name this car Tennis. I was like, holy shit. He referenced Peanut Arbuckle at one point. Yeah, he did. He did. That was yeah, he referenced Peanut Arbuckle. That was great. I mean, I loved World Peace. That was honestly one of my favorite shows when it was out.
I think Sam Hyde's hilarious.
But he's gone
I heard like
off
behind the
deep
scenes
end.
personality is fucking like retarded.
He's gone off.
He's going way off the deep end sometimes.
Yeah. Well, Frank.
I just like his long base, like the TED Talk sketch he did.
Oh,
He
yeah, the
infiltrated
TED
that.
Talk
I think
was
that's
so
one of the
good.
funniest videos on the internet. And we're just gonna kill him. It's just so fucking stupid. I love it. Or like when he made that college presentation about what else? Fucking
When he was
feminism, he came in the room of the trainee. Gender stuff.
Jennifer
Yeah.
Aniston.
Holy shit, that was
Yeah.
so good.
Did you see the one where he
people
went
were
to Yale?
leaving.
He was walking around Yale and shit with the sign.
Oh yeah.
That
No.
was so good.
Well, and like obviously like the classics are like the Williamsburg fashion show. That was
good.
so good. Or the rental car reviews. It's just like, I love this Prius so much, I want to fuck it.
The most recent video I actually liked a lot. What was that? It was it's the one where he got into the car with that salesman who's acting really gay and shit.
Wait, he and Frank Castle are doing a bunch of stuff together.
Oh yeah,
Now.
They did the gay pride parade one.
Yeah. I really like, I also like, because I know that MDE had like a split, and so Charles and Andy are doing like their own thing, and they're making some really interesting stuff. Like Mr. Pregnant was actually a really cool short film that they made. But my favorite MDE sketch still is probably Mom's.
Oh my fucking god, that was such a good
I
video.
remember that was good.
Oh,
That
Mom
was
is
so good. That was so good.
I feel like I honestly just want to. I feel so bad for those female fucking
Oh, yeah.
actors. They found out Craigslist or whatever. It's so bad.
So
great.
Ramadan Steve goes, didn't he go on Fantano's podcast and talk about being the shit out of Amy Schumer? No, he didn't. He went on to Fantano's podcast and he did a fake Jamaican accent for like 20 minutes. And then he talked about defending himself from Lena Dunham in a self-defense situation. That if Lena Dunham cornered him in an alleyway and he was put in a self-defense life or death situation, he talked about what he would do to defend himself.
If it's in self-defense, it's fine, if it's only a self-defense situation.
You know what's funny about Lena Dunham, and I saw this posted the other day, is, just to see how privileged she is, and like, because her parents are rich and like well connected in New York. HBO bought Girls, right? The show Girls from her, based on a 1.5-page treatment that didn't even talk about any characters or the story.
Really?
Yeah, when she was 23 years old, she sold Girls with just with like a 1.5 page treatment that didn't even focus on like any characters or what the general story was going to be. And I was like, for everyone else who's trying to make it in the industry, it's like when they say, oh, you want to pitch, it's like you got to come at us with like a series Bible, a full-on pilot script, all this kind of stuff, and they literally buy it from her from a 1.5 pages that barely touches on anything that the show is going to be.
That's why I like HBO. Like when Scorsese made The Irishman, holy shit, was I so happy that I was finally gonna see like some good grimy shit again. Cause like I feel like these movies now, like Sicario is one of the few movies recently that has put me in like a good grimy mood. Just like, oh fuck yeah, dude. Like this, there's no, you'll never see another show like The Sopranos, or anything like that. It's just I feel like this media in general just fucking jumping off a cliff.
There's a lot
with,
of
like the content.
honestly, one of the things is I don't really get excited for a lot of movies anymore. A lot of films just don't excite me. I can't really like the last time I guess I was excited to go to a cinema was when 2001 was showing in IMAX, and I was excited to see it in IMAX. But the movie came out in 1968. You know, like when was the last? Like I'm trying to think, like when was the last time I was actually super excited to go see a new movie in the cinema? And years ago, probably. I don't know. Maybe the magic is lost or something like that. But I do feel like there is a general decline. A lot of stuff people say you can't talk about. Yeah, it's just I don't know. Things just seem a lot more sanitized now. I think that's what it
If it was
is.
comedy. Everything.
Comedy's dead. I mean, honestly, like
I only see a few more
I
people.
haven't seen a good comedy film in forever.
yeah,
honestly.
me neither. I haven't seen a good comedy film in a long time.
So a lot of comedians, stand-up comedians, are making a push because they're like a lot of. I saw like a post like Joe Rogan is in a lot of heat right now for what Joey Diaz was saying. He was like on a podcast. He was saying he like made girls suck his dick to get on stage, and it was by like a guy, super beta cuck, not base at all. But he was like, instead of watching these comedians, watch these ones, and they're just like feminist comedians that just preach rather than make jokes.
That's part
But
of
it's just like a disconnect from not knowing Joey Diaz. Did Joey Diaz do it? Quite possibly. But if you know anything about Joey Diaz, right? Joey Diaz hates women. He probably thinks they're beneath him. Like, not at all. You know anything about Joey Diaz, he fucking respects women to shit. And he also tell you that how much of a shitbag he is, and all the mistakes he made in his life, and how much he's like the worst human being ever.
Well, see, that's part of like
Which is why.
that's the thing about like what a good comedian should be is there's like people want their public figures to be saints now, and that is a problem I have, like especially with a lot of like this YouTube canceling shit, where it's like, oh no, Idubbbz girlfriend has an OnlyFans. Oh no, this guy made edgy jokes back in the day, and all this shit. I'm like, you know, people love like finding out shit about celebrities and stuff like that, and then getting them away especially when a lot of these celebrities, the fact that they're funny is because they are fucked up, and that is where the comedy comes from. And the thing is, it's like, I don't know, maybe it's the internet or something like now. People want these public figures because no matter who you are as a public figure, it's like people see you as like some paragon, or like you have to be some paragon. But how many of these like Hollywood personalities that so many people look up to actually are extremely screwed up, but they just don't make it public like a lot of other people. And at least
Most of them, because everyone doesn't care until it's released that like, oh yeah, this guy just raped stuff. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, oh he's evil, guys.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like comedians of course are going to be at the brunt of this, like this whole like kick him out, cancel him or something like that, because they're the most honest about their own problems. You know, I'm sure that, and that was my whole thing with Harvey Weinstein, right? That was my whole problem with how Harvey Weinstein's situation was handled, is it pretty much was like, yeah, Harvey Weinstein was a piece of shit, and everyone knew that he was a piece of shit. But I feel like all the attention, all the hate was on Harvey Weinstein because he was kind of a fall guy, because he's not the only person in Hollywood to be doing exactly what he's doing. I mean, so many of the other producers and actors and stuff are just as big of creeps and just as big of degenerates.
That's why
and perverts.
Ricky Gervais's Golden Globe monologue was the greatest shit to happen in the past few years. Holy fuck!
Honestly, like think about Ricky Gervais has made the Golden Globes more watchable than the Oscars. Right. The Oscars are so unwatchable.
Yeah, I made an award show actually watchable for once.
Yeah, no, his stuff is great. I mean, it is true that they all knew that what Harvey Weinstein was doing, and probably a lot more. There's probably a lot of actors that you might look up to, you might love, that are actually like secretly super creeps, but you're just not going to hear about it. And I think that on YouTube. On YouTube and for comedians, the personal lives are more transparent than like a lot of these like elites, and so you're more likely to be deplatformed or canceled for lesser things than like what these more traditional celebrities are able to get away with. The Oscars without Jimmy Kimmel were slightly more tolerable. Jimmy Kimmel.
That guy's like fucking.
And Lemon destroyed Jimmy Kimmel's career.
Yeah. No, I mean to be honest, though, Jimmy Kimmel destroyed Jimmy Kimmel's career. I really can't.
I just love it's funny though, seeing all these comedians like Black Lives Matter, and then I was like, "Well, you did blackface. Okay, we're gonna cancel you now." They're like, "Oh." It's like, yeah. See how cancel culture feels when it's fucking against you.
Here's the thing about a lot of like Hollywood people that I met is that a lot of them don't stand for anything. They just say what they think is. They just say what they think what is popular and what will get them in like everyone else's good graces. Like a lot of people that I met out there have been just super shallow and they don't really think about things other than like.
Most people are based. Like Brad Pitt just kind of like snuck that he's based a little bit recently when he said like how much he loves guns in like an interview. He's just saying how he like doesn't feel safe without his gun and how he's always had guns and loves guns. I think people should have him.
I like.
That was like a very like low key interview. Yeah. And I was like, oh my god, Brad Pitt is based. The media didn't talk about it because Brad Pitt's like their poster child and they can't show how based he is. But yeah, Brad Pitt, and he's also he's one of those boys.
Brad Pitt also said that he was never gonna like he was tired of being in shitty movies after he was in Troy. Yeah, I thought that was really funny. And of course, like Tree of Life is like my favorite movie, so I definitely really like Brad Pitt. And
cool guy.
I there are a lot of like cool people in Hollywood that I've heard of, but there's probably more people that are just more like go with the flow. And there is more of a culture in Hollywood of wanting to conform to the crowd, to what you think is popular, because you want like it does have to do with your career, and I don't think that that's a good environment to foster. It's not an environment where you're going to have a lot of different ideas that are strengthening everyone else's ideas. You have more ideas in a crowd, you're going to have people on the left, right, center, whatever. And if you have more of an open forum, then people's beliefs will be strengthened and will be more, intellectually hardened, in a sense. Like it's honestly better for everyone, but Hollywood doesn't really operate under that.
Shut the fuck up.
And oh hey Noah. All right, so Noah, you're joining in right at the end. So I'm just gonna tell the story about Noah as like the ending to the stream. So Noah was in my movie Wasted Hours, and Noah, I'm gonna be putting the movie on Amazon Prime. Oh, he just left. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, who was that? Who joined?
He joined and then he left off. Oh, bro, it's my birthday too. Happy birthday, broski. Love the content. Oh, $5 from Aiden. Thank you very much. I think that's my very first super chat on a stream. So thanks.
Yeah. Fun that.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's my birthday, and it also is if you follow YouTubers, it's also Augie RFC's birthday today.
Yeah. Is he like 19 or something?
I think he's 19 now. Yeah.
Aiden's my birthday. Can I have $5? My PayPal is
Yeah. So anyway, so Noah. So we were shooting at like this club at night, right? And so we finished shooting at around 4 a.m. I think in the morning. So we finished shooting around 4 a.m. and we all go home. The next day, we go back to the club to do another night shoot. And Noah calls me, and he says, hey, Peter, there's a little bit of an issue. And I'm like, what is it? He goes, well, I'm grounded. And he says, I don't know if I can come to the set because I'm grounded. I was like, what? I'm like, it's your job. I'm paying you. No, you're going to come to your set. And so I was like, I'll talk to your mom. And I said, what happened? What happened? Tell me. And he goes, well, okay, so Noah says, so I drove Lemmy home. He said, and then I went to go stop at McDonald's at like 4:30 a.m., right? It says, so I was at this McDonald's, and there was like this like shabby looking woman there that was asking people to drive her to the county jail. And so he says she came up to me and asked me if I could drive her to the county jail. And he was like, she was like a prostitute looking woman. And then so Noah goes, so I asked her to pull up her shirt. And I was like, what? He goes, just to make sure she wasn't like carrying a gun underneath. So then,
Yeah, okay.
so then he's like, so then we got in the car and I was driving her to the jail, and he goes, but then my mom like saw the GPS tracking on my phone that I was at the county jail at like 4:45 or 5 a.m. And he says that my mom called me and said, why are you at the county jail? And he goes, I had to be honest. So I was like, yeah, I just picked up this like prostitute looking lady at McDonald's and brought her to the county jail.
That's just being a good Samaritan. That mom is a Karen. Not based. That mom is not based at all.
Yeah. Oh my God. And it was, but it was funny because so when we were shooting, he was talking to this girl, right? And he was trying to like woo her by saying how he was working on a film set. So then the girl said like, okay, my mom says I can't, because he was 17. So he was like, it was like right after his like last year of high school. And so, they're kids. And so he was he was like my intern or whatever. And
you're his mentor.
Yeah, I'm his mentor, unfortunately. And so anyway, so he was FaceTiming this girl to try to show that we were on a film set. And she says, what are you guys shooting? And of course we're saying like Westworld season 3 and shit, like, like we're all this part. And she had said like, my mom said I can't date you unless like you actually prove that what you've been telling me is true. That like you're actually working on a movie and stuff like that. So he's FaceTiming her. This is like in our last week of shooting. And no, it's our second week of shooting. It was about halfway through. So he's FaceTiming her on set. And he's like, look, I can show that I'm on a movie set. He goes, can you put your mom on? And then so the girl is like, okay. So she hands the phone to her mom. And then Noah goes, hello, Mrs. So-and-so. I'm sure she said a lot about me. And the mom was like, who the hell are you? And he had like gathered all of us around to like show off that he was on a film set. The mom had no idea who he was. The girl was just messing with him. Yeah, it was fun.
Shot.
I don't know. The mom
Trying to
definitely.
put you in a trap there.
Yeah. I don't.
Was she a MILF? Was she? She worked at MILF Denny's or whatever.
That movie set was. I'm gonna make a video probably in August about like how I made my movie and stuff like that. I mean, we shot it for $75,000 and I shoot on celluloid film. I'm gonna be making a YouTube video in the beginning of August with a couple big YouTubers, and we're gonna be shooting that on film as well, Super 8. Or we'll be doing a mix of like digital and like Super 8. And yeah, so
Captain Disillusion gonna be in it?
No, not Captain Disillusion. One of my some of the friends that I made while I was in VidCon.
I was messing with it.
Yeah,
it would be cool to know him though. That dude's he's Chad Alpha.
Yeah, I like his videos. Captain Disillusion. Yeah, he's good
speaking
stuff.
of your birthday, did your wife give you the Gok Gok birthday 3000?
The what?
The Gok Gok 3000,
What's
the birthday edition one.
Wait,
That super sloppy toppy grapefruit Gok Gok 3000 Super McTwister.
Yeah, she give you a special surprise, man.
Sweat start coming down your face.
I am not even gonna respond to any of that. I disavow. The Kino Corner is a G-rated channel.
That's why I said it the G-rated way. I didn't say that you suck your dick. I said the Gok Gok 3000. It was very PG until you made it wrong.
Oh my god. All right, guys. So All right, guys. So I'm gonna with this, I'm going to put an end to the stream. So expect
the way to end it. Let's go.
What's your argument with staying with film and not digital? Star Killer, that is a whole live stream in itself. There's too much to go into right now. Let me just sort of give some, what's happening with the channel. New video either tonight or tomorrow. If it gets pushed, it'll be Wednesday, just because I'm going out on the boat tomorrow, so we'll see. And then Killing of a Sacred Deer, possibly Joker, and then possibly Sergei Bondarchuk's War and Peace. And then I will be going to do my big collaboration, so there will be maybe a 2-week gap of when I'm not making stuff, because I'm working on a big video for either my channel or it might be put up on somebody else's channel. But I will be, of course, linking it, in my video or my channel so everyone can see it. And yep, so that's what is happening. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you, Aiden, for sending me my very first super chat. It's a very nice birthday gift. And shout out to Aiden. Happy birthday to you as well. And thanks for all the happy birthday.
Aiden.
Thanks for all the birthday wishes. And I hope all of you have a great day.